Thank you to PUBG Mobile for sponsoring today's video. Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Win and welcome back to another video. So by now, I'm sure you've heard that the next update in PUBG Mobile is going to be amazing. We have not only Optimus Prime, but Megatron and the world of Transformers coming to PUBG Mobile in the 3.9 update. And PUBG Mobile gave me some exclusive access to some beta gameplay footage that shows everything that you'll want to know about this new update. I put it all together into this epic video so we can see all of the new features coming very soon. Now, that's not all. If you want to go into game, there's actually a Transformers preview event right now, so you can already get a sneak peek look at some of the things that are coming in the update. I do want to say thanks to PUBG Mobile for sponsoring today's video and giving me this exclusive footage access. So if you guys want to download the game and get started now ahead of time, go to the link in the description and you'll find where you can download. Now, let's head over to the video. Like I said, they gave me a bunch of footage and I edited it together into this highlight video. And we're going to start with the one thing that everybody wants to know. That is the hot drop location. We have an amazing spot called Neon City, I believe. It is a huge city and there is a Fight Club arena in the back. And that also is where you're going to find that hot drop chest. So just getting a nice look at the city here. It's kind of like some cyberpunk neon vibes. You see that Lightspeed garage right there. We have the Galaxy Burger restaurant, which is also a sneak peek of some things that you'll see later on in this video. Some food here. We've got a little kitchen preparing. I really love the vibes here, man. This really encapsulates Transformers and the futuristic kind of feel. We also have right in there, that is the hot drop, by the way. So that's going to be, you know, that main chest where the good loot is, the crate weapons at the end. I love that it's like a city. It kind of pours out on the side here. We've got a little bit of cover, some buildings. And when you land at the hot drop, it turns into nighttime. So we've got the sky above, seeing the planets, big, wide open streets, lots of cover. I'm seeing some loot on the side as well. And I can definitely see some spots where maybe you could hide and camp. And I just like these bigger open cities where there's a lot of cover, a lot of places to land. And let's get into that hot drop chest that I mentioned. So back in that room, you do see we kind of have the showcase for the team that wins the hot drop. And there is the recall button. Actually, wow, I edited this video together. I didn't notice that the first time. So we're bringing back the hot drop where you can bring your teammates back if they die or they're somewhere else on the map. This is huge, and this is one of my favorite features. They had it in the last update with the flying temples where you could bring your teammates back up. Now, I think this hot drop is on the map, I think. I want to say maybe it's where the quarry is, but I am just guessing. It also could be up near Yasnaya. I'm not 100% sure. So I think you can get back to this hot drop like by a vehicle or something, but it is nice to know that we can recall our teammates here, and it will pop up this chest here on the side. And of course, you can get maybe a MG3, a P90 or something. Look at all that good crate loot right there. I see a Groza, P90, and there are some other things here. Notice I'm going to pause the screen. There are some new loot things here that we'll get into in a little bit, like later in the video. There's so much cool stuff. I just put together a bunch of update features because there's a lot, right? So let's just get right into it with Megatron. So when he joins the map or whatever, we'll show you guys how he comes down, how you can find him. But first of all, he transformed. It's Transformers, guys. He becomes a tank with a massive, like, electromagnetic cannon. He's about to fire it here in a second. Check this out. You can charge it up and boom, dude. Crazy damage. And of course, we can't have Megatron without Optimus Prime. He can transform into his iconic truck here. And I love the voice lines. You heard Megatron and you also hear Optimus Prime. This is super cool, man. I'm so excited. And you and your whole team can ride in here, by the way. There's 4 seats available inside of Optimus Prime. Now, here's another thing. When the Transformers are, like, done, I'm pretty sure there's a point at the end of the map, at the end of the match, where, like, they disappear, right? We don't want Transformers running around in the final circle. That would be super, way too OP. So there does reach a certain point in the map where, you know, they do go away. And you saw with both Optimus Prime and Megatron, they go up into a portal and they drop these barricades. So, like, if, you know, your Transformer does leave you kind of stranded in the middle of a field, you at least have these that you can hide behind. Now, let's check out Optimus Prime with a little bit of combat here. He has this crazy swinging axe. And what we're seeing in this clip, actually, is what happens when you shoot the Transformer. So he got shot out of Optimus Prime. There is a 10-second cooldown here where you can kind of, like, reactivate him and get him back in the fight. But obviously, you got to be waiting 10 seconds. So if you're going up against a Transformer, you can shoot the enemy out. And if you can get to them and knock them and, you know, eliminate them, you can then reactivate and take Optimus Prime for yourself. Now we're actually going to get a glimpse of the combat here. Couple swipes with the axe, and you can knock the opponents. Now you're also going to hear a lot of like the audio voice lines here. Megatron and Optimus Prime, they do say a bunch of things as you use the characters and the Transformers throughout the match. Now here is that like thing that I mentioned earlier. There's an item you can get at the hot shop, maybe finding it around the map, and you activate this portal, right? Now apparently there is like a chance that what you get from the portal, you could get Megatron, you could get Optimus Prime, or you can also get like this cube that comes down that's full of loot. It is random.
You carry the honor of the Decepticons.
There's another voice line. So this character, or this player, got Megatron, but we're going to see in a second, Victor here, he's going to call it in as well. You see that he kind of pulls out this like laser beam, right? The portal goes up, and I believe Victor here, he's going to get that cube filled with loot, and I think it has crate weapons and stuff, so it is a random chance. Now, I feel like you're mostly going to get this cube. This is my guess. Probably getting Optimus Prime or Megatron might be kind of rare. Obviously, there's only one of each on the map, but at least I think so. It would be crazy if there were like 5 Megatrons running around. I don't think that's going to be the case. So it is random. There's a chance that you get the Transformers, but you'll probably more often than not get these giant cubes. I don't know if this is supposed to be like the Allspark or something, but you see MG3, Frag Grenade, and I think he goes around the side here, and we do have some level 3 gear, as well as a Cosmic Burger, if you guys saw that. This is the arch rival Showdown. Now, I want to, before we get to this, I just want to say, this is by far, I think, the coolest thing of the update, and this is something new that I don't think we've ever seen before in PUBG Mobile. We've seen crazy things like Transformers. We've seen T-Rexes. We've seen Titans, right? Like, we're no strangers to big, you know, mechas and things around on the map, but this is something new that we've never seen with them. Check it out. Arch rival Showdown, okay? Optimus Prime, Megatron. He pulls up his map. So you can see on the mini-map here, behind my camera, Megatron is coming up close on the map. So when Optimus Prime and Megatron are near each other, boom, arch rival Showdown. And literally that part of the map becomes a freaking battle zone between the two of them. And they look, there's like this force field around, and all of a sudden it turns into a massive 1v1 Transformers Showdown battle, dude. This is the coolest freaking thing ever. And this is also why I think there's only going to be one Optimus Prime and one Megatron on the map at a given time, because when the two of them clash and collide, this is when you get the arch rival Showdown. It's so sick. And there we go, Optimus Prime beating Megatron. Finish him. Sorry, I'm going to pause it there because that was crazy. So, like, what if your team has Megatron and Optimus Prime? Is there no showdown? Imagine you're the team that has both of them and you're just running around, rampaging around the map. That's going to be crazy. And one thing that I didn't show in this video, but is something that's important to note, is that when you get Optimus Prime and Megatron, you have to go around and collect some, like, electro energy, and you actually charge up the Transformers, and you unlock their, like, ultimate skill at the end or something like that. So once you get them, you have to go around and get energy to level them up. Now, here's another thing. We have this cosmic portal, and you go inside, and it actually transports you to this whole new dimension. And we have seen something similar to this a couple updates ago in the like Sacred Quartet update. I think there was this like portal you could go in, and if you guys remember, you went to this pretty like Cherry Blossom Island. You couldn't fight or anything. It was just some loot. You could relax, you know, like the graphics were amazing. And I think that's something similar here. So you see the character, he's kind of like activating these sick cutscenes with Optimus Prime. This is so dope, by the way, dude. Look at him just come out of there.
Optimus Prime.
Boom. And then you can take a sick screenshot. Oh, man. Now, of course, it's not like you're just coming up here to take cool screenshots. There is loot as well. You can collect a gift, and you get this meteorite pack. So this player is going to use the meteorite pack, and you're also seeing that cosmic hoverboard there too. Spoiler alert, we'll get to that in a minute. But it looks like not insane loot, DP, maybe some good stuff. Maybe if you could get here early, like you don't have any loot, that's better than nothing. But I don't think you get crate weapons from here. Now, next is, and I wanted to call this out, it's not like a crazy huge thing, but there is some special food. And we have this Cosmic or Galaxy Burger, this restaurant we saw at Neon City. You can come up here and it will actually serve you some food. Get this little takeout, you know, a little DoorDash or something. You get a cosmic burger here. And it says a delicious burger that restores health and energy. You can see it says at the bottom, use it to recover energy and health. So why this is important, by the way, this is kind of like what we've seen in the past with the dumplings or the dragon's blood. This basically, I think, is the food. It only takes 4 seconds to eat. You get full health and full boost in 4 seconds. So these are a very OP item, and it's something we've seen in the past, and I just wanted to call this out because it is coming back, which is exciting. You also see up in the top left, we do have recalls. We kind of knew this was coming, but good to point it out again. We have that yellow life. That recall is very important. A lot of players love that at the hot drop, so glad we have that. But also, look, so the player, they ran out into the restaurant, they got the cosmic burger, but then they came outside and they did find a burger as ground loot. So you don't just have to go to the restaurant to get it. You can also get it finding it around the map, you know? So there is another burger there. And like I said, full boost, full health in like 3 seconds. Oh man, it's so quick. And last but not least, we do have hoverboards. And I'm not 100% sure how these work, but I did notice in this clip they sent me, there's a cosmic hoverboard core. I don't know if you need to collect 2 cores to then unlock the hoverboard. That, like, maybe that's the case. I'm pretty sure every player gets a hoverboard automatically as soon as you spawn in. I don't think you have to loot it. So everyone has it, which is kind of fun. I mean, mobility, moving pretty quick with hoverboards in this update is going to be a ton of fun. But you do find these cores. So you see the player picks up a core. They open their backpack, and they now have 1 core. So maybe you need 2 cores to unlock it. I'm not sure. Also, let me move my camera here for a second. You do see the hoverboard in their backpack. So it either is something they do have to loot, but I think maybe you get it automatically. We'll just have to wait for the update to see. So they then go over here to this other chest. This is in that Fight Club area, by the way. Lots of chests. Maybe something to remember here when we hot drop. There's another hoverboard core. So when they pick that up, now they have 2 cores. Or actually, it says 3 out of 3. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe what you need is the hoverboard and then 2 cores. And when you have all 3 parts, then the hoverboard works. This is actually pretty intriguing. But look at this. This is like a cool cutscene here. But it moves pretty quickly. It can jump and has like all kinds of cool mobility. You can kind of like even do tricks on it too. So the hoverboards look like they're kind of OP, man. All right, next up we have the social hub, and this is actually a feature that I'm personally pretty excited about because it takes the lobby that we all know and love and it makes it so much more dynamic. So instead of just 4 people standing on the home screen, now there's this massive 3D open area. You can dance, play games, and the store is actually turning into like a shop, which we'll see here in a second. We've got a merry-go-round, magic wand, you know, all the fun stuff. Play some beach soccer, seesaw, you know, mini games. And it's this whole area where you can just hang out, chat with your friends, and even enter Cheer Park. There's the shop. I think this is cool. You can actually like take a look at the skins on like a storefront if you kind of want to shop around, you know, maybe find your next outfit, hang out with people. You can give people like piggyback rides, all kinds of stuff. So that's super cool. And this is another one that I actually didn't know about, but we have Ranked Arena coming back. This was something that was in the game, I want to say like years ago, but it takes the TDM experience that we all know and love, and it puts the ranked system on top of that. So if you check this out, it's going to start July 24th until September 2nd. So it's going to run for a limited time. It will be available 24/7. So it's not like Ultimate Royale where, you know, it's only available for like 6 hours a day. And I did see really quick, there was a pop-up. There is a random chance that you get Warehouse, Hangar, Ruins, or Town. It looks like Warehouse and Hangar have a little bit of a higher chance. However, there is a full rank system, like I said. So if we take it through this real quick, we have Bronze, Silver, Gold, Platinum, Crown, or Platinum, Diamond, Crown, and then Ace actually is the highest rank here for the ladder arena is what they're calling it. So we're getting ranked back in Arena. It's been years since we've had this, and I'm really excited. Now, another thing coming back, many of you might not have known this, but the ASM Abacan AR, this was an assault rifle that was in the beta a very long time ago, and we kind of were not sure what happened to it, but it's back. This is a 5.56 assault rifle. It has 3 different modes. You see right there, there is the fully automatic mode. If we switch it, it goes to single. And I think this gun has some pretty high recoil. And it has a 2-shot burst. So, ba-bum, ba-bum. And I think it does pretty decent damage. Now let's get into the vehicle updates. Some small tweaks here, but definitely some good ones. The 2-seat bicycle, definitely a helpful vehicle in a pinch that can now drift. And we have drifting with motorcycles, but check it out. You can shoot while drifting, which is pretty crazy. So in this most recent update, the one we have now, a lot of you guys know they added the ability for us to fire SMGs from the driver's seat of motorcycles. But now when you pair that with the drifting, you can pull off some pretty insane combos like we saw right here as well. Check this out. The drift into the weapon swap into the knock. And the drift continues while you're firing, which is pretty cool. Now, this one is also sick, man. These little quality of life changes. We've got a new plane cabin performance here when we're flying into the match. Kind of that cutscene as the plane is flying in. Now we get to take a deeper look at all of our characters, see their skins, you know, maybe your X suit or your mummy outfit, and you got the whole team lined up in the plane cabin, which looks amazing. Now, we also have a new results screen, and I believe this is part of a new challenge that is coming. So there is kind of like a trial this update. It's not the full 7-win trial, I believe, but there is a trial on the lobby screen where you can like get a coin, and as long as your team goes in and one player has this coin, if you beat like a challenge or something, you will unlock this unique results screen. And I think there is 2 different ones I want to say. Based on what this in-game trial is, I think if you do something with Optimus Prime, you can get like one type of end screen. If you do something with Megatron, you can get a different kind of end screen, but we'll have to see what all of that is about. But that does look like a pretty cool cutscene. So next, World of Wonder. We have a couple of interesting things here. They added this new like ink paint gun. So, you know, people can make some really cool different World of Wonder maps. Every update, we get new tools that these awesome creators can put in their tool bag for making different types of maps. So we've got this fun kind of like ink type thing. And there is a new boss as well. The Ice Dragon from a couple updates ago will be added to World of Wonder. So if you're a creator or a map maker and you want to put some final bosses into your map, we now have the Ice Dragon for doing that too. All right, getting into Metro Royale now, we have some big updates, including the Zombie Uprising 2.0. You'll notice now that the zombies actually drop some crystals, and as you pick them up, you'll receive less damage from the zombies, as well as increasing your damage, and there is a chance you can actually get combat buffs as well. So there's a whole cool crystal system here. You see them on the ground right there. Our player's going to go over and get these energy fragments that got dropped. There are new bosses as well, by the way. There is this first boss, the Hunter, which has a shield, and man, he looks like a pretty crazy monster, I'm not going to lie. But there's a second boss here. You saw that. His name is Dr. X, and he is a very powerful boss. When he gets down to half health, he will actually activate some of these tanks nearby that I believe either like do damage to you or they might heal him as well. So you kind of have to worry about those tanks. That's a pretty good look, man. We have Optimus Prime, Megatron, an arch-rival Showdown battle, an amazing hot drop Neon City, and there's even more stuff that I haven't even mentioned. There's even a part of where you go in, and I'm going to actually look up the name here. There's a special thing called the Astro Den. There's a place where you can go inside of Neon City, and it teleports you to this other location, and it's kind of like a boxing ring where you can fight other players with like melee weapons and stuff, and I think you get loot by winning, but if you go in there and die, you don't like waste your respawn, you just kind of get teleported back out. But it's like a fun mini game where you can go in and you're like boxing around with like pans and stuff. But there's that part of Neon City as well. And also let me know what your favorite part of this update is. I think the Optimus Prime Megatron stuff is going to be so much fun, man. I can't wait to be Optimus Prime, see Megatron across the field, and it's like, all right, arch rival Showdown, bro. Oh my god, dude, I'm so hyped. But anyway, guys, thank you again to PUBG Mobile for giving me this exclusive look at what's coming up here next week. Make sure you guys go in the game and check out the Transformers preview event. And once again, thank you to PUBG Mobile for sponsoring today's video. You guys can download with the link in the description. And you know, if you haven't ever played PUBG Mobile, you got a little bit of time to rank up before Transformers hits next week. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I will see you guys next time.